My name is Melissa, and I am one of the few normies working in the recovery treatment profession. I started out studying psychology in school and knew that I wanted to do that since high school. And when I went to college and I started taking all of my psychology courses, I started working when I was 19 in a psychiatric facility in Connecticut. And I thought I wanted to work with kids, and I was working with adults and kids in the psychiatric unit. And it was really difficult, especially seeing the persistently severe mental illness that I was seeing in the psychiatric hospital. And then I had an opportunity to work on the detox and rehab unit of the hospital. And that's kind of where I saw a lot of the recovery happening, and it opened my eyes to another field of psychology that I didn't know too much about. In starting to do that, I began studying more about addiction and all of that in school, and also through personal experiences of caring about people in my life that have suffered from addictions and alcoholism. It really drew me to learn more about the disease and wonder why it was considered a genetic and a family disease unlike anything else that you read about in psychology. So just kind of going from there, I moved to California from New York and started working in treatment facilities around Southern California and getting more involved in the treatment community. And what drew me to it the most was the recovery aspect, and seeing how people can actually really recover and find a new life, and seeing that miracle happen, as opposed to, you know, my first experience of working with persistent mental illness, which was a lot of maintenance and not a lot of recovery, not a lot of growth. So what I've learned from being in this field and from having people in my life that I love and adore that are in recovery, there's so much life out there, and there's so much more to learn, and there's so much growing and recovery that happens through sobriety and through the 12 steps. When I first started working in recovery, I was finding almost a roadblock that I myself am not in recovery. Every place is different. One treatment center in particular was hesitant to let me run groups because I'm not personally in recovery, and I struggled with that a lot, feeling like, why am I finding that my passion and my niche is in a place where I might not be taken seriously, or have people think that I don't really understand. And in a treatment center that I worked in, the question came up which was, what would you say to somebody if they said, you know, you don't understand, you're not in recovery, you don't know what I'm going through, you don't understand? And my response to that is, you know, you're right, I don't understand, but nobody, you know, can understand 100% what you individually are feeling, but I'm here and I'm open to listen and to help you in any way that I can. And I've seen different opportunities in different places where I've worked, and it's just about, you know, sharing what I can in my life experience and helping others to kind of find their own way, and helping them to find a sponsor that would help them work the steps, and somebody that they can relate to that has been through a similar recovery process as them. And it was difficult for me in the beginning, but the more that I go and the more years that I do this, I'm finding that it's more about just kind of showing a healthier way to live. And I learn just as much from my clients that are going through recovery as I'm sure that they learn from me, in terms of creating a better life, finding your spirituality, and just finding that peace within yourself.